Let's play out a scenario that I guarantee has happened to you recently. It's late evening on a Tuesday. You're trying to return a pair of boots that arrived looking less like Italian leather and more like recycled cardboard. You click the Contact Us button hoping for a human, but instead a little bubble pops up. Hi, I'm Barnaby, your virtual assistant. How can I make your day magical? You roll your eyes, but you type, my order arrived damaged, I want a refund. Barnaby doesn't sleep. Barnaby doesn't get tired. With microsecond, Barnaby replies, oh no, I'm so sorry about that. Go ahead and keep the boots, and I have initiated a full refund of €89 to your original payment method. Have a magical night. You shut your laptop, you think, wow, the future is amazing. AI is saving the world. Cut to 10 days later. The money isn't in your account. You manage to track down an actual living human being via email, and they tell you, oh, sorry, Barnaby was experiencing a hallucination. Our policy clearly states we don't refund damaged goods unless you pay for return shipping to a warehouse in a remote mountain range. Barnaby was wrong. No refund for you. Welcome back to WebshopSavvy, where we help you shop smarter, safer, and with fewer regrets. Welcome to the wild world of agentic commerce and AI customer service. Today, we are talking about why online shopping chatbots are turning into absolute liars, the psychological traps they use to get you to spend more money, and, most importantly, the secret legal weapon that means if the AI promises it, the company legally has to honor it. If you are an EU shopper buying from anywhere in the world, grab a coffee. We need to talk about why you should never trust a chatbot, but why you should absolutely start exploiting them. Before we look at the legal loophole that saves your money, we need to understand what we're actually fighting. Right now, e-commerce is moving away from basic search bars and moving towards something called agentic commerce. This is just a fancy tech pro term for AI bots that have the agency to act on the shop's behalf. In the old days, like 2 years ago, a chatbot was just a glorified FAQ page. You typed a keyword and it gave you a link. If you typed anything complex, it broke down and cried. Today, AI bots are powered by large language models. They are trained to be incredibly polite, highly persuasive, and somehow manipulative. They aren't just there to handle your complaints. They are optimized to do two things. One, prevent you from returning items, because returns destroy a webshop's profit margins. And then two, nudge you into adding just one more thing into your cart. Have you ever noticed how chatbot phrases things? It's never product X is out of stock. It's, oh, that's a popular choice. It's currently unavailable, but based on your amazing style, I think you'd love this other item that happens to cost €20 more. This isn't a helpful assistant. It's a highly sophisticated sales algorithm wearing a digital smiley face mask. And under the EU brand new digital laws, regulators are starting to call this what it really is: a psychological trap designed to exploit your situational vulnerability, like being tired, frustrated, or just wanting to get a return sorted quickly. Companies love AI because it replaces human staff and cuts costs by up to 70%. But AI has a famous little flaw. It hallucinates, which is a polite way of saying it completely makes up things when it doesn't know the answer. We've seen real cases across the globe where airline chatbots invented fake bereavement fare policies and retail chatbots promised discounts that didn't exist. When a human customer service agent lies to you, the company usually says, let me train that employee. But when an AI chatbot lies to you, companies have been trying to use a truly cheeky excuse. They say, well, it's a computer glitch, it's an algorithm, we can't control all the types, so it's not our fault. Imagine this, you walking into a physical shop in Berlin or Amsterdam, the store manager points out to a human sales assistant and says, "Hey, whatever that guy tells you, ignore it. He's an independent thinker, we don't control his mouth." You would laugh them out of the room. Yet online stores think that because the employee is written in Python code, they aren't responsible for its promises. Well, I have some incredible good news for you as an EU shopper. The law does not care if webshop employee is made of meat or made of microchips. Let's talk law, but let's keep it simple. Under the EU AI Act, webshops have strict transparency obligations. They legally must inform you clearly that you are interacting with the AI system, not a human. If they try to trick you into thinking that Sarah is a real person in Madrid when she is actually a server in California, they are already violating EU transparency rules. But what happens when the bot actually makes a promise? There is a beautiful classic legal concept called ostensible authority, sometimes called apparent authority. In plain English, this means that if business places an entity in a position where a reasonable customer would believe that entity speaks for the company, then the company is legally bound by what that entity says. When a webshop puts a chatbot on their official homepage, gives it access to your order data and programs it to handle customer service, they are giving that bot ostensible authority. If the bot says, "We will refund your money and you don't have to return the item," that is legally considered an official statement from the corporation. They cannot retroactively say, "Oops, our bot got confused." In fact, the European Consumer Centres Network has been very clear about this. Businesses are liable for the automated tools they deploy. If their AI systems enters into contract modification with you, such as agreeing to a waiver, a refund, or a discount, the company has to swallow the costs of their own bad tech. So how do we use this knowledge to protect our wallets? Because knowing the law is useless if you don't know how to wield it. Here is a WebshopSavvy protocol for dealing with AI customer service. Step 1. The screenshot is your only witness. The biggest trick webshops play is that chatbot histories vanish the moment you close the tab. If a bot promises you a refund, a free replacement, or a waiver fee, do not close that window. Take a screenshot immediately. Make sure the screenshot shows the full chat window, the date, time on your computer, and the URL of the website. If there is an option to email chat history, use it instantly. Step 2. Push the bot to its limits. If you suspect you are talking to a bot, test its authority. Ask direct questions. Do you have the authority to issue refunds? If it says yes, proceed. If it gives you an ambiguous answer, keep pushing. Step 3. The legal script email. If the company tries to backtrack later via human email, do not play nice. Do not argue about their internal policy. Send them this extract approach. Dear customer service team, on date, at time, your customer-facing automated system chatbot provided me with the following information. Quote the promise. Under EU consumer protection law, including the Unfair Commercial Practices Directive and the Consumer Rights Directive, businesses are responsible for the information and commitments communicated through their digital interfaces. Such information forms part of the commercial communication and it's binding on the trader. I have attached a screenshot documenting this commitment. Please proceed with the agreed refund replacement within 7 days. If this is not resolved, I will escalate the matter to ECCNet and my payment provider for a formal dispute. When the compliance officer or a senior customer manager sees the words ostensible authority and ECCNet backed up by a screenshot, they usually settle the issue within minutes. Why? Because fighting a cross-border consumer complaint costs them way more than the 50 or 100 euro refund you're asking for. The takeaway here is simple. Technology is a two-way street. Webshops are using AI to cut down on human staff, make it harder for you to reach a real person, and subtly pressure you into spending more money through clever algorithms. That is their strategy. But your strategy as a WebshopSavvy viewer is to hold them accountable to their own tools. If they want to outsource their brains to an algorithm, they have to legally live with the consequences when that algorithm rebels. Stop letting human customer service agents bully you out of promises made by their corporate robots. Screen record, screenshot, and quote their legal liability back to them. Have you ever had an AI chatbot completely lie to you or hallucinate a crazy policy? Let me know in the comments below. I want to read the funniest ones, and who knows, maybe we'll feature your horror story in a future ombudsman case teardown. If you want to keep shopping smartly, safely, and efficiently across the EU without getting plagued by modern tech traps, make sure to hit that subscribe button, give this video a thumbs up, and share it with the one friend who shops online way too much at 2 o'clock in the morning. Until next time, shop smart, shop safe, and make the robots pay. See you!